Right hour. You guys, this is so exciting because Ninja is the #1 top kitchen appliance brand here at HSN, and we love when we get our Ninja products. I can't tell you how many sell-ups we've had over the last even 6 months from Ninja, and we have truly the ultimate multi-cooker. This baby can do so many things in your kitchen. You're gonna be able to clear out a whole lot of tools and appliances, and literally all you need is this brilliant multi-purpose system. Now, there's a graphic I wanna show right off the bat, guys, if you don't mind. And I want to show you the 14 things that this actually is going to replace in your kitchen, because it is phenomenal what this can do. It takes care of all the things that you want to cook. Truly, the possibilities are endless. So, get rid of the slow cooker. Now, you don't need a steam oven. You don't need a food warmer. It does that. This is going to take care of your non-stick pots. It's a saute pan, a cast iron skillet, listen to that, a saucier, a steamer, a saucepan, a stock pot. Get rid of the Dutch oven. Yeah, that insert goes into the oven up to 500 degrees. It's a roasting pan, it's a bread maker, and the one thing other than the integrated spoon, and I think it's huge this can do it, it also can sous vide for you. Those are all things that take up clutter and space, and this can do it all. I'm gonna give you the colors. Rochelle's here, we're gonna jump into it, but let's start on this end. The 3 top ones are completely exclusive to you. You cannot find these colors anywhere else. It's called Merlot. The one in the middle is this gorgeous stone, and this is the charcoal. So the charcoal is just a little bit darker, not quite black. I think this is incredibly elegant. The other 2 colors we have tonight are gonna be the white that you see down here, and then the last one is called Sea Salt Gray. Think of it as gray with just a little whisper of blue. Now, what have we done different than even what they're offering on the Ninja site? On the Ninja site, if you were to buy this unit, you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get the cool spoon that goes with it, and it's $145. No flex, none of that. What we've added is actually additional tools. You're getting a roasting steamer rack. That is included with our exclusive combination. You're getting the claws. I call them the bear claws, but they're actually to do pulled pork and to pull meat across. So those are included as well. And those 2 by themselves are gonna add up to $20 for the steamer roast rack and another $15 for the meat shredders in our exclusive bundle. And then look at the price. Okay, there we go. $140, what is it? $149.95. If you go to the Ninja site right now, then you get 20 bucks on the steamer rack and almost $15 on the claws. Yep, that's our deal. You also get a great recipe book to go along with it, because this can truly make the possibilities, Rochelle, almost endless.
It does. It is a possible cooker for a reason, right? And I wish you could smell what it smells like in the studio right now. It smells like fall. We've got all of these delicious things cooking. So it is 8.5 quart capacity, and we did our sear and saute to start up this chili, and then we put it on keep warm. This chili, this pot will hold up enough to feed 20 people. So imagine having this at your tailgate, at your next fall party, you know, having a little bonfire as soon as the weather cools. I love it for entertaining. I also love it for doing my slow cooking on Sundays when I want to do my meal prep, and it really can do it all. So let me come around the front here, and I'm gonna put some fixins on the chili. What do you like on your chili?
Oh, girl, I will take the cheese.
All right, here, I'm gonna hand you one.
Can I do one?
Yeah, I'm gonna hand you one.
Much.
So we've got all of our toppings there. So imagine having this, you know, for your next book club, for your next, basically, you know, anything we want to do in fall. But it is an 8-in-1 that replaces 14 different appliances. And so can your slow cooker also sear and saute? Can your slow cooker at home also steam or proof bread or bake bread? I can hear some things we've got sizzling there in the background. Here, I'm gonna do some onions on mine. I'm gonna skip the jalapenos. I like it a little spicy, not a lot too spicy, but here, I want to show you the front. Isn't that delicious?
That's so good.
And it's actually finally going to cool off for us here in Florida later this week, I heard. So I'm so excited for soup season.
Everybody wants the stews and the soups and the chilies. It's that time of year when we just crave this comfort food, and it can do that. It does it brilliantly.
It does it brilliantly. So this is different than other multi-cookers in that we have that triple fusion technology. So it's heating from the bottom and the sides and through steam. So it's going to cook 30% faster than your oven, but it's also going to be able to sear and saute when you really want to build up those, you know, soups and stews and start by sauteing your onions, sauteing your celery, doing those other things. And so speaking of sizzling, I actually hear this really cooking over here. So I want to show you this pot roast that we've been working on. Can you hear the sizzle? I hope you can hear that sizzle. Let me show you the bottom. And so what we've done is we are browning the bottom. We are using that sear and saute feature. Notice how that it's non-stick as well. So nothing is sticking to the bottom here. So I'm able to get this nice, beautiful caramelization on the top without it sticking to the bottom of the pan. Now what I'm gonna do, and all that caramelization is flavor, by the way. You really want that in your meats and your soups and your stews. Now I'm gonna add my potatoes, my celery, my onions and carrots, a little bit of broth. And then we are going to put the lid on here and have it slow cook. Now we've actually already slow cooked one for you, so we're gonna show you what this looks like too after it's slow cooked for a couple hours. But I love being able to do this for meal prep because, you know, when you've had a really busy day, maybe you've got different schedules, you know, everybody's got a different schedule, you know, around school this time of year. You can set this up in the morning and then have a beautiful dinner at night. It makes the whole house smell wonderful. But I also love that you can take it to the oven. So look at how this will lift out. So any of your recipes that you love doing in your Dutch oven, you're going to love doing it in the possible cooker.
Did you guys see that too? And that's up to 500 degrees. You can take that, stick it right into the oven up to 500 degrees. I always think about, okay, if you don't have a lot of tools in your kitchen, this is the one that can do almost anything you can imagine. And we'll get in more to it in just a second. If you have a ton of tools and you just don't use them or you run out of space, this is brilliant because you're gonna be able to make a ton of space because you're getting rid of so many different appliances that we typically have in our kitchen. Even when you talk about using this as a Dutch oven, if you're using this as a skillet, as you were just seeing us do the browning here, we're actually gonna bake bread in this, you guys. You can make desserts galore. To me, I got so excited to do this launch, Rochelle, because it is incredible everything this can do. You ever heard of sous vide? It's one of the best ways to prep your meats because they come out so juicy and delicious and tender, but usually you have to buy a completely different appliance to sous vide. This sous vide, that had me. I was like, because a lot of people want to try sous videing, but they don't want to buy the appliance to do it. We've heard the results are great. And if you don't know what it is, just look it up. It's an incredible way to eat, right? The food tastes so magnificent, but you're not going to buy it to sous vide maybe 1 or 2 times a year. Oh yeah, this does that for you as well. And it's a steamer, so if you love your dumplings, if you want to do, any kind of steaming of seafood, oh, by the way, it's going to do that as well.
It does. And I think everybody loves sous vide too because it makes it wonderful and juicy and tender when you're doing your steaks, when you're doing your meats. We even have the sous vide line in the pot, so we make it really easy for you. You know exactly where to fill it with water. But it does replace 14 different appliances. And we even include the spoon. And I love this for entertaining, for serving, because the spoon sits right on the top. It has a little notch there, so it sits there, it doesn't fall off, and it kind of has like a little spork side and a little pour side. So whenever you're, doing your sauces or your stews, you can easily serve them as well. So I love that I can build it up with that sear saute, slow cook it, and then put it on keep warm. So it's perfect for entertaining. But even if you're not, we're gonna be entertaining a lot, I think, this fall. But even if it's just, you at home or you and your husband, for me, I love it for meal prep and for meal planning. I love doing my soups on a Sunday night and then prepping all my lunches throughout the week. It does have that 8.5 quart capacity, so you can do chili to feed 20. I think it can do, so good with all the soups and stews. So this is that pork roast I showed you. So remember how I showed you we started with the sear and saute? This is what it looks like after that. After it's been slow cooking for a couple of hours, look at how wonderful, tender, and delicious and juicy this is. I'm just gonna plate this out here in front. Look at that. It's just fall apart, tender. And we do also include the little bear claws there, so that way you can pull it apart for your meat shredders. I'm not gonna shred this though, because these are some fine looking steaks, but I am going to put my vegetables and stuff on the side. So imagine being able to do your Sunday dinner and actually having it keep warm. So if everybody's getting it home at a different time at night, now you don't have to worry about,
without it overcooking.
Exactly.
See, that's really key, because a lot of people say, oh, I got a crock pot or I got a slow cooker, and guess what? It doesn't have a keep warm mode. And you're trying to get guesstimate, well, what's gonna keep it warm so it's nice and hearty and delicious when everybody gets home, because you feel like, you know, you're a fast food restaurant, right? And how do you serve everybody at, 6 p.m. and then someone rolls in from football practice at 9 p.m.
Exactly.
The keep warm keeps it warm perfectly, but doesn't overcook the items.
Exactly.
That's really crucial, especially if you feel like, you really are serving people for hours.
Exactly. And this broth, it smells so good. I mean, I really do feel like we're finally into that, soup season. So it's perfect for, doing your soups, doing your stews, doing your chilies, doing all of these wonderful favorite fall foods that we have. But now you're able to do it faster, you're able to do it quicker. The pot's also dishwasher safe. So it's oven safe up to 500 degrees. It's dishwasher safe, so we make it easy to clean. You're just gonna have so much fun with it this fall, and throughout the whole holiday season. I think you're gonna love it as soon as you get it home.
Well, Rochelle, I think for me and for a lot of people, and I'm literally walking up and down the halls telling people about it. I'm like, you all have to see this tonight. I said, this just has to be in your kitchen. And it's because it allows you to cook so many different ways. For example, we're gonna get to this, but I wanna talk about the triple fusion heat.
Sure.
This can cook up to 30% faster than your conventional oven. Because you might be looking at this and saying, okay, well, a slow cooker, maybe you have that, but wait a minute, oh my goodness, now I don't need my oven anymore? What's up with that?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So the triple fusion heat, it heats from the bottom, the sides, and through steam. So it's a little different than your traditional slow cookers. So it's going to have that triple fusion heat. It's gonna cook 30% faster than your bigger oven, but it is also oven safe. You can remove the pot and bring it to your table to serve, or you can put it in the oven if you wanna do a little crisp, golden brown, crispy, and delicious, on the top with some of your casseroles, which we actually have done with some mac and cheese. So there's so much that you can do with it. It replaces 14 different appliances. It's an 8-in-1. So can your slow cooker do this? Is it time maybe to replace your slow cooker at home? I know earlier today we had all the crew out here and they're already picking their color. They're like, I need to replace my slow cooker. It doesn't do all of these things. Plus including the spoon, plus including, how it's just perfectly designed to sit right on top. It's not gonna fall off. So that way when you do have family and friends over for the holidays, when you do have them over, after the football games or for Thanksgiving, they can serve themselves and they can go get, go use that spoon and then just set it right on top, which makes it really fun.
How funny is, like, everybody goes, okay, slow cooker, that's great, love slow cooked meals. But how about a steam oven? How awesome is that? So think about the things you would do in a traditional oven. This is gonna do it better and faster. A food warmer, okay, gang's coming over, you got a bunch of meatballs made, because you've made them inside here, and you just serve right out of that, so you're gonna keep everybody happy if they're coming over for the sporting event. Non-stick pot, just use it as a non-stick pot, a big non-stick pot. 8.5 quarts, which is great, right? How about a saute pan? Yes, you can saute. Cast iron skillet. Like, how many people buy a cast iron skillet?
Exactly.
This is gonna give you the same ability.
Exactly. And I love that it's oven safe because you're essentially getting a wonderful pot as well. I mean, it will slow cook, but it will also go in your oven. So I'm just gonna go around this plant here and pull out this mac and cheese. So this is 8.5 quarts of mac and cheese.
We really put that plant in the most
it is
awkward
bubbling.
position.
But you know what? I wanna point out too, this is 8.5 quarts of mac and cheese, but it's not hard for me to lift. If you love Dutch ovens, if you love cooking in your Dutch oven, but maybe it's getting a little too heavy, this is perfect for that because the pot itself is lightweight, so the weight is really just in the mac and cheese that's there. So what we did is we just added it to the oven for just 5 minutes. We slow cooked the mac and cheese in here, 3 different cheeses, slow cooked it, and then now we did the little wonderful crumble on the top. And so
fork alert,
yes.
fork alert.
So we just wanted to put it in the oven for 3 minutes so we can get that nice crispy top that you're seeing here. So we can get that nice, when you put your breadcrumbs and the extra cheese, there you go.
Oh man, never can have enough crumbs and cheese.
Oh no, so imagine having this, for Thanksgiving. For Thanksgiving especially, it always seems like the sides are all cold, right? We were waiting for the turkey and then the sides are all cold. Now all of your Thanksgiving sides can be hot. You can use that keep warm function. Make sure that they're ready to serve, and even when it's not the holidays, you're gonna love having this for meal prep. So that way you can cook, on a Sunday or a Saturday and then have everything, all of your lunches, all of your dinners made for the week. How does that taste? See, when things are homemade, I think they really truly taste better. You can taste all of the different cheeses in there. You can taste, you know, that it's homemade.
so good.
This is actually a buffalo chicken mac and cheese recipe. So this is not your standard macaroni and cheese. You even have little pieces of chicken in there. And so this recipe is actually included in ninjakitchen.com. So we give you the recipe book. Once you get it home, you get a recipe book to try all these different recipes, but we also give you lots of inspiration online on ninjakitchen.com to, you know, to make all these wonderful dishes for your holiday season.
Okay, so when you really think about it, you know, obviously we've got lots of entertaining coming up. We've got the holiday season coming up. Maybe people are coming over, or maybe you're just cooking for a couple people. To me, to be able to replace 14 different appliances and tools in your kitchen just saves a ton of space, but you just don't want to do it for one appliance. You're like, okay, I'm going to invest in this because it takes care of a lot of different cooking methods. Everything from doing your breads, doing your sautés, to doing a stir fry. You could literally do a stir fry inside here if you wanted to, because you're going to get that higher temperature. It is very easy to use. It's non-stick, hallelujah. So the cleanup is a cinch. This is even dishwasher safe, these two pieces when you pull them out. All you have to choose tonight is which color do you want in your kitchen. And it's easy. The Merlot, by the way, is the #1 most popular right now. This is, I think, the sleeper color of the night. I think it's really, really elegant. I love the fact it's got that fall tone to it, so it just feels so pretty in your kitchen. And that is the #1 bestseller at this point. The middle one is stone, so you can see between the stone and the charcoal, it's a little bit lighter than the charcoal color. And these are the 3 exclusive colors on top, all 3 of these. Excuse me. Then we have your classic white. By the way, the exterior cleans up beautifully too, so if you're picking up the white, no worries there. And then finally, the last color that we have in front, this is going to be your sea salt gray. It's a gray with just a hue of blue, just a little bit of blue in there. I think, again, very elegant. Now, what is different than what you get online? If you go to Ninja right now, you can buy this unit and you get the spoon with it, and it's $149 basically. What we're doing, so right there, if I stopped and said, that's it, $119 is amazing. Great price on that. But now we add the extra tools. You're getting the steaming roasting rack included because yes, it's steam and yes, it's gonna roast. That by itself is a $20 value. You're getting the shredder claws. Those are $15 value. That is what is exclusive to our configuration that you will not find anywhere else. The other thing that's really important to note is this is the only time we're doing this as a today's special. So if you're looking at what you have already and it's too much and you want to condense all of it into one really smart unit, this is it. If you don't have a lot and you want to get one item that gives you a ton of techniques to be able to cook with, this is it as well. So I think it really does fit in every kitchen. And I know we're getting really, really busy. Whenever we do a Ninja Today's special, all of us hosts are excited because we know it's going to be great product. And they end up being customer picks. In fact, this is already a customer pick at the full price, which says a great compliment, I think, to the unit itself. But they always become customer picks because the folks at Ninja are smart and they make smart electronic tools for our kitchen. I think this is a perfect, Rochelle, example of that. Like giving us so much versatility. I love it.
Exactly.
And I love the size of it too. When you think 8.5 quarts, you're thinking, oh, that's pretty huge, but
Yeah.
it doesn't take up a whole lot of space.
Exactly, exactly. And I love that you can take it with you too. If you're a camper and you want to take it in your camper, it does sear and saute, so it's that perfect, you know, all-in-one cooktop that you would need. I also love that I can use the pot separately, so it does lift out. I'm just going to lift this out and show you. You can bring this to the table when you're done. I bet it's saying add pot if you want to go to the front. Does it say add pot? Yeah, it says add pot. So we have those built-in safety features because I lifted it. It's telling me to add the pot back in as it preheats there. So really, it's just so fun. I like that it talks to you too. Once it's preheated, it will say add food. So I always wait for that that little Ninja, jingle to know.
And it takes the guesswork out.
It really does take the guesswork out. So I know what I'm waiting for is for this to heat up. I'm gonna make a bolognese for us here. Okay. So we're gonna start with the sear and saute. It's already preheating. You can see on the front of the unit how it's got the little bars. It tells me where it is in the preheating, so we've got a little bit of time there. But while we're waiting for it, let me move the bowl here so that way you can see all of the different functions that it does. So it will slow cook, it will sear and saute, it will steam. So it also comes with a roasting rack. We haven't even showed you the roasting rack yet. That's perfect for steaming your vegetables, steaming your broccoli, lifting your meats out of the pan if you're doing a really big, heavy weighted meat. It will also keep warm. So after you've made your sauces and your chilies, you can put it on that keep warm function for entertaining. It will do sous vide. It will also saute, bake, and proof. And so when you're doing your baking, like your focaccia or your sourdoughs this fall, you can proof your dough in here. It's gonna keep that nice humidity that it needs. It's gonna give it that perfect low heat that it needs. And it's just going to smell wonderful.
You can literally bake your bread.
Absolutely. And
Okay,
so,
before you go on, here's what we're gonna do, guys. I gave you an update on the colors. Just remember that Merlot is by far outselling the other colors at this point, and it is gorgeous. I think it's, and then the charcoal follows that. So here's your opportunity to get a really unique system. Free shipping, love that. Save money on the shipping, who wouldn't want that, right? And then we have 5 flex pays. I do want to explain that before we go to break. Anybody, if you have a major credit card and you're new to HSN, you can use FlexPay. Everybody can. What you do is you spread your payments out over 5 months, but you do get the unit right away. So you're cooking up a storm in a couple of days and you have 5 months to pay it off. But you want to make sure you take advantage of having all the colors at midnight. The last time I did a Cooking Today special, we literally sold out of one of the options by, I think, about 9 a.m. in the morning. A whole bunch of people the rest of the day had no idea we had a pumpkin color. It was kind of cool. But it sold out very, very early. So tonight's always the perfect opportunity to get the color you want and then really experience the difference, because I think this opens up a massive world of opportunities to be able to cook lots of different styles in one darn unit. It's just mind-boggling brilliant.
It really is.
So when we come back, we're gonna get the bolognese going. We're gonna show you some more examples in just a second. But first, let me tell you what I have later on today. I will be around. At 8 p.m., we do my HSN Gets Crafty with Me show. That is a YouTube and Facebook only show. It's very different. It's very creative. I love it. And you are all my crafting cuties are very involved in the show. We all get together and have a great time talking about products we do not feature on the air in a very different format. That's our Facebook group. We've just reached over 10,000 group members. So if you join it, you'll learn more about the show. That's at 8 p.m. And then I'll be back later on tonight from 10 to midnight with Miss Carol Brody doing her Rarities jewelry collection, which is always gorgeous. So stick around. We're going to show you so many other ideas. You will not believe what you're about to see.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
I do it right, I'm hot as heat, my start a fire like sugar, 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 nothing sweeter than me. Here I come, it feels so good to be me. I'm a superstar. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar.
It's time to level up your beauty care, from skincare to makeup to hair and more. Achieve your beauty goals with our experts and exclusive products you won't find anywhere else. Fall Beauty Game Changers event, Wednesday, September 20th on HSN and at hsn.com.
Yo soy dominicano.
Yo soy nicaragüense.
Yo soy cubana.
Yo soy peruana.
Yo soy colombiano.
Yo soy hondureño y puertorriqueño.
Y yo soy HSN.
You're watching HSN. What you're looking at is an item from Ninja that is going to literally replace 14 different tools and appliances in your kitchen. This is like a little mini miracle. It's the do-it-all multi-cooker, and it's their pro version. And I love the name. It's the possible cooker, because literally the possibilities are virtually endless with what you can do. And you know what I love? And Rochelle's joining me, of course. She's been with Ninja for a long time and here on the air for 5 years with Ninja. It's surprising all the things it can do.
It can.
And this is a great example of that.
Yes, and so it does come with the bear claws. These are really for shredding meat, but let me show you one of the things that I like to use it for too. I like to use it to lift my breads out. So we've baked a focaccia in here, so it does have proof and bake, so you can do, you know, your sourdoughs, you can do your focaccias. We baked the focaccia in here. I'm just gonna lift it up and put it on the cutting board. This is gonna go with the bolognese sauce that we're making. I wish you could smell the rosemary. It smells so, so good. And so I'm working kind of in between these two here, so I'm going to just use the bear claw here to hold onto it so I can cut into this and show you how perfectly this is baked. Look at that. Look at how perfect that dough came out. And let me lift up the bottom here too so you can see the bottom to see how wonderful and crusty and delicious that is. And so we proofed the dough and then baked it in there. And did you hear that? Doot, doot, doot. That's my notification that we are ready to sear and saute some bolognese, and we've got the perfect fresh baked focaccia to go with it. So can your pressure cooker do this? I'm gonna add a little bit of oil, and then I'm gonna add my carrots and onions, and we are going to saute our sauce and build up our sauce. And the reason we wanna do that is adds flavor. It helps cook it you know, down as well and get some of those juices. But you want that flavor. You want that caramelization on your meats, on your onions, on your carrots. Can you hear the sizzle? Can you see how it's also very non-stick? It is dishwasher safe, but I love cooking this because of that non-stick capabilities as well. So now I'm gonna add my meat, and we are going to make a bolognese sauce here from scratch. And so usually I would do this in a Dutch oven, but Dutch ovens get really heavy. If you have a Dutch oven at home, you know, they can weigh up to 11 pounds. They're hard to wash. They're also really finicky. You can burn stuff and have it stick to the bottom. Now I'm able to do all of that in my possible cooker. We make everything possible. And not only that, I'll be able to switch the function from sear and saute to slow cook to let this simmer to become a wonderful, beautiful sauce. And so if you're the type of person that likes to do your Sunday sauce, this is definitely for you. So I love that it's multifunction. It is 8-in-1, so you can sear and saute and then put it on the slow cooker function. And then, let's say everybody's coming home at a different time, you can put it on the keep warm function, so that way everybody can serve themselves, you know, on their own schedule.
It's funny, Rochelle, because when I was going over the reviews, now this is already at the full price. We had it up online. People have gotten it before, paid full price for it, and they love it. It's already a customer pick. And some of the reviews were so cute. This one person said, perfect roaster. But then the next person would compliment another feature. So I just think that shows how versatile this is. This person loved the stove setting to slow cooker. She just thought that was fabulous. Love the easy cleanup. Another person just went, love, love, love it. Like they're the most enthusiastic reviews.
Yes.
This is Cooper in Tennessee said she created a barbecued pulled pork that is so tender. She added homemade coleslaw and baked beans, and it was a huge hit. She said that was the biggie. Another person, I love this one, says cheesy ham and potato soup.
Ooh,
did a
that
nice
sounds
cheesy ham
really
and potato.
good.
And then Jordan Dean in New York, she did 6 giant XOXOXO. That was her review. And I was like, that sums it up perfectly. But what you'll find, and again, we're going to put this graphic up, especially if you're just channel surfing. This is going to replace 14 different tools and appliances in your kitchen. I mean, stuff that takes up a whole lot of space. Slow cooker, steam oven, food warmer, nonstick pot. Just use this nonstick pot. The saute pan, the cast iron skillet, a saucier. How about a steamer? We haven't talked about steaming, but it's going to do that. A saucepan, a stock pot, because it's 8.5 quarts, so it's nice and big. A Dutch oven, a roasting pan. Yes, it goes into your oven up to 500 degrees. It's a bread maker. You saw the focaccia. And then we said integrated spoon. But what I would like to cross out and add to that, even though you do get the spoon, it's a sous vide. That is yet another appliance. And if you've never sous vide before, most people don't do it because you have to spend more money on yet another appliance that you're not sure you're going to even like sous vide. Once you try sous videing, my friend's husband sous vides all the steaks, and we drool over his steaks. Everybody raves about it. This lets you do something without having to buy that specific appliance, but now you get to try it.
Exactly, exactly. So while this is sauteing, what I want is that meat to get nice and caramelized and brown. You can see it sizzling in there. You can see how hot it is at the bottom. Can your slow cooker at home do this? If not, maybe you want to get an upgrade for this fall and the holiday season, so that way you can do the caramelization. That way you can saute the onions and the meats, and then build your sauces and your soups and stews from that. But you mentioned the steaming, so I wanted to bring out the roasting rack because we haven't showed you that yet. Here's the roasting rack it comes with. I like to use it both ways. And so if you're doing a really heavy meat, I'll put it right on the roasting rack, and so that way all the juices kind of drip through. It makes it really easy to lift out of the pot. But then if I'm steaming, if I'm doing vegetables, or maybe I'm doing some salmon or something, I'll just flip it the other way, and then that's how I use the steaming. And so I'll put a little bit of water at the bottom, I'll put my vegetables here at the top, and then I get, I can use this, as my steamer. So
could I do all my veggies at the bottom, put that in, and then put my roast on top of that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we've done that. Yeah, absolutely. And so I love that it's an 8-in-1, so most slow cookers, they just slow cook, you just get low, medium, and high. You're getting an 8-in-1 here with the different temperatures, able to sear and saute.
But Rochelle, can I ask you a question? A lot of times when you see slow cooker recipes, I don't know what it is, but they all tend to taste the same.
Yes, yes. And
like after a while, my husband's like, please don't do any more slow cooker stuff, will you please? Because it all is kind of the same in a way.
Exactly.
This is so different, guys. We have hard-boiled eggs over there. And we did mac and cheese, and we baked bread in it. You could do a brownie, you could do a casserole. It's not gonna be just another slow cooker. I think that's my fear. When people see this, they go, oh, I've already got a slow cooker. Yeah, I make all my beefs and my stews in that. This one really is, if you wanted to create taco night in here, you could do exactly what you're doing, sauteing the meat.
Absolutely.
And just serve it out of it. You could do a taco bar. It's not always just soups and stews and roast beef. Does that make sense?
Exactly, exactly. And you have the capacity. It's 8.5 quart capacity, so you can do up to 9 pounds of spaghetti and meatballs. You can do enough chili to feed 20. If you wanted to do the taco night like what you're explaining, I'm sure you could do a lot of a lot of meats and fillings and stuff in here, so that way you can feed a crowd. That way you can entertain. And once you have everybody over, you're not having to babysit it, right? Usually when you're entertaining, you don't want to get stuck in the kitchen. Because it has that keep warm function, everybody can kind of serve themselves, and you don't have to babysit it as well. So it is a true 8-in-1. It replaces 14 different appliances. It has that 8.5 quart capacity, but it's also oven safe, up to 500 degrees. It's also a pot that you can feel confident and bringing it to your table, to serve the sauce when it's done. So speaking of sauce, before I add the marinara and stuff in here, I want to show you how this browned just beautifully. So see how we've cooked all of our onions, all of our meat in there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build up my bolognese sauce. So now I'm gonna add the tomato sauce and some gnocchi, and this is going to turn into a wonderful, essentially one pot meal. We've started with that sear and saute. Now I'm adding the, the tomato sauce. I'm also gonna add the gnocchi here, and we're gonna let this cook a little bit longer. But it's just so wonderful. It's such a wonderful time of year for food, right? And I think everybody, when they walked in their studio, they were like, oh my goodness, it smells like fall. I'm so hungry. This, sounds so delicious. Now you're able to do these wonderful things, and we make those things possible with the Possible Cooker, because it does do so much more than your traditional slow cooker. And I gotta tell you, what I usually do in here are all of my Dutch oven recipes, because my Dutch oven's heavy, it's hard to clean. I'm usually asking my husband to get it out for me, because it's, it's kind of in the back, and it weighs 11 pounds. It's hard for me to lift up. This makes it so easy. Now I can do this sauce.
But to your point, you say, oh, it's back in the back of my cabinet.
Yeah.
It's because you don't use it very often.
Exactly.
And that's
but I
the
use
problem.
this every day.
Right, exactly. So, one day you want to do steaming something. You're going to make hard-boiled eggs. You're going to make a beautiful salmon, or maybe a shrimp dish, or maybe you literally could do a stir fry in here, you guys. I mean, that's how versatile this is. And then you go, oh, but I really want a hearty beef stew on a chilly Saturday. And you go, okay, I'll make that. And then you say, oh, I'm going to bake some bread in here. How fun is that? You can actually break bread. Oh, you say, oh, I got company coming over. I'm going to do a great frittata in here, because yes, guess what? You can. You want to make brownies? You can. Do you want to skip not using your oven? Congratulations. Also, I thought about it. If you wanted to put a small turkey or small chickens in here.
You can.
How? Now, explain that too.
So we've tested it with the chicken at Ninja, and we've done a 6-pound chicken in here, and it is 30% faster than your oven. And so even if you want to do a whole roaster in here, you could do that. So I love the versatility. I love that it does so much. I love that it's portable too. You could take this with you. It's really lightweight. You could pop this in the back of your car, and take it to your book club, or take it tailgating. Imagine having a wonderful chili when you're tailgating at night, or having a nice bolognese. You're going to be like, everyone's favorite friend if you're bringing these foods out. So you've seen me here make this bolognese from scratch. I started with the sear and saute function. I added the meat, I browned the meat. Now I added my sauce, I added my gnocchi. We're gonna let that cook a little bit longer, so that way the gnocchi cookie can cook. But then we also did our focaccia. So you can bake. It will proof your doughs.
And
It's
look
the
at how
perfect
good
thing
this
for proofing your doughs because it provides that humidity and it provides that heat. And so you've got that, you know, that perfect thing for making your sourdough, your focaccia.
Look at this, you guys.
All of your fall baking.
It's not
perfect.
dried out.
It's not dried out,
It's
but if
not-
you
look
look
at
at the
that.
bottom, it's got that
Look how
perfect caramelization.
Perfect on the bottom. It's not dried out. And guess what? Not only did you proof it inside here, oh, she went ahead and baked it.
Yes.
You know, it'd be kind of fun to do a little pizza in here.
Oh, you could,
right? 'Cause you kinda
absolutely.
could do that, couldn't
You
if
could,
thought
you
about it?
could. I love that there's
God.
so many ideas. Everything is possible, right? In the possible cooker. So it really can do desserts too. We haven't even talked about desserts. And I've got some pulled pork sliders here, but I see some ice cream. So what would you like to do next? Do you want to do pulled pork?
Well, because my producer, this is her favorite.
The pulled
Angela's
pork?
like she's all about the pulled pork tonight.
All right,
So we're
let's
gonna
do the
that
pulled
first,
pork.
and sure, I'll eat ice cream.
All right, so we've got pulled pork sliders
wait.
and dessert.
Let's just have a moment.
Doesn't it smell delicious?
Oh my gosh, you guys. This is what you want to come home to for dinner.
Absolutely.
Or on Saturday when the football games are on.
Absolutely. So let's pull the pork. So you are getting the meat pulls right here, and so you are able to shred them. It is hot. It smells delicious. Everything is tender and juicy in here. It will do up to 30 sliders. So if you're doing pulled pork sliders for a crowd, it will do up to 30. I love how tender and delicious and juicy this is. I love that it's not dry. Sometimes you'll get, you know, pork and it's really, really dry. And oh my gosh, it just smells so good. And so I am going to shred this up a little bit more. It's so hot because we just cooked it.
And Angela, my producer, she's like, oh my goodness, if you take this to the office potluck or the holiday get together, you're gonna be the rock star, okay? Now here's something funny too. My husband just made a pulled pork for us. He did it on the grill. Guys, he's really good at it. He knows what to do. He literally put it on the grill at like 4 a.m. in the morning, and it came off the grill at somewhere around 5 o'clock that night. It took forever to make the pulled pork. With this one, we're talking literally, you know, how many hours to make a pulled pork?
Yeah, well,
it falls off the bone.
It falls off the bone. And what I love doing about a pulled pork in the possible cooker is you can sear and saute it to get that nice caramelization on the outside, to get that nice crispy, you know, bark that you usually like to have at your favorite barbecue place. But then also because you've slow cooked it, look at how tender it is. Look at how juicy it is. It's not dry. You know, usually when you do it on the grill, it has a tendency to dry out. This is so tender and so juicy. I think
it's a heck of a lot quicker than my husband's grill. I mean, it was good. Trust me, it was very good pulled pork when it was done. But you can't screw it up on a grill, right? But this is so much faster.
It is.
I love the fact that you put in about how many pounds?
Oh my goodness. I think this was probably about 5 or 6 pounds. It will do enough pulled pork sliders for 30 people.
That's wild.
You know, so you have the capacity here. So this is just so tender and delicious and juicy. Let's plate these. Who is it, the producer or the director?
Yeah, Angela.
Angela.
These
right
are
here. For her
Angela,
for
this is
after
for you.
the show.
Okay, Angela, I'll try it. She's like, oh, Suzanne, you gonna eat some for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
She
Go ahead and get in there
not
with the
say
fork.
that, but
For sure, for sure.
I know how bad she wants to try this. All right, here we go, guys. Oh my goodness, this is so heavy. Oh, look at this. Look how juicy.
Look at how juicy and tender it is.
Oh, look, and it's
hot.
look, it's like falling off of my fork. You want to see it? This is happiness right here. Oh.
Isn't it good?
Oh my God.
You can't beat pulled pork. And there's so many things you can do with pulled pork too. I mean, you could do the pulled pork sliders, you could do pulled pork tacos, you could put it in a pozole to make a nice stew. So
you know what I like to do is do a pulled pork and then I give little Hawaiian rolls. So you do little mini sandwiches.
Yes, those sound good.
People love that because it's really easy to eat and it's quick. And
They
you can
do.
get multiples of them, and that really goes a long way. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do because a lot of you are channel surfing. Let me show you the colors and kind of give you an update. The Merlot, the Merlot, the Merlot. That by far is outselling the other colors. So it's Merlot and then also the charcoal. And those are 2 of our 3 exclusive colors. You cannot find the stone, the charcoal, or the Merlot anywhere at regular retail. This is just here at HSN, and they're gorgeous. Like, look at this Merlot. How beautiful is that color? It's just so pretty. And it's fall, and it's elegance, great for holiday colors. This is called stone. That's the lighter of the gray, so that's our stone. And then finally, this is the charcoal. Not as black, inky black. It's just a beautiful, deep, rich charcoal color. Again, I think very, very elegant. Then we also have your classic white, which is always easy. Gift giving, I think this is brilliant in white or charcoal. And then this is called sea salt gray, but it's like a gray with just a whisper of blue. Now, if you were to buy this off Ninja's site right now, it's $149. I don't know why you'd spend that money because you can get it from us. Plus, we give you an additional $35 in bonuses. You're getting the shredders, and also you're getting that roasting, steaming rack included. So this would be $184 that we have as our today's special available right now at $119.99. Now, please add the free shipping. That's saving you another $12, $13 right there. And then I love our 5 Flex Pay because it means with a major credit card, you're gonna pay this off over 5 months. I think we're doing 5, yep. And you're getting it right away, so it's $24. The other nice thing about what we do that I love, it's 30-day return. Get it at home, bake the bread, make the taco night, whatever you're thinking of. It's, do the roast, do the stews, and all that wonderful fall food. And if you don't absolutely love it, you send it back, we're gonna refund your money. But you've gotta take advantage of it while it's this value. Because if you wait, it's going to go up to the full price here at HSN, which is $149.99, which is still good because you get the bonus goodies, right? But now you wanna get it the lowest price we'll do all year. And this is the only time we're offering it. So when we get into the real thick of holiday cooking and you're like, oh, I need a new slow cooker. Oh, gosh, I just, oh, wow, I forgot that Ninja was really cool. You want to get it now. Don't wait till everybody's rushing to get a slow cooker. And why settle for just a slow cooker when you can have one that has so many incredible features? It does virtually almost anything you could think of in the kitchen. Steam, to roasting, to saute. It's a Dutch oven. I mean, it literally replaces 14 tools and appliances that you've got stuffed somewhere in the back of a cabinet you never use. And I gotta tell you, I think the sous vide is unbelievable that it can do that. And instead of having to buy just a sous vide unit just to do that because you want to try it, this allows you to experiment with that, get those great results, and then maybe you'll be hooked on that as well. So now's the absolutely perfect time to be able to pick this up while it is our best value for the rest of the entire year on this unit. What are we eating now?
Are you ready for dessert?
Of course.
All right, so we've got an apple crisp in here. So we basically did a slow cook of the apples, and then we finished it in the oven by doing the crisp on the top. So look at how this smells like fall. I wish you could smell this at home.
Cinnamon,
this
I can smell the
smells
cinnamon.
so good. So we have wonderful slow cooked apples here. Absolutely, that one's for you. With some ice cream. It's 6.5 quart capacity, so you are able to do this to feed a crowd.
Or 8.5 quart.
Or 8.5 quart, yeah. 8.5 quart capacity, so you can take this, to your church group. You could take it to your book club. There's so many different possibilities that you can have with it, and I love that we make it possible with the Possible Cooker. And I love that the cooking pot is separate, so you could take this to your table. So, if you were having this for Thanksgiving, you could, of course, keep it in the Possible Cooker to keep it warm. But if you wanted to take it to the table and just take the pot to the table too, you could do that too. You love it, don't you?
Oh, it's so good.
So I just wanted to show you, you can take the pot out. The pot is removable. You could take this to the table and serve from it as well. But I love that we make so many things possible with it.
It really is. I mean, so there we did dessert. Here we had our pulled pork.
That was the pulled pork
pork,
yep.
which is great. Here we did the baking.
Focaccia.
Remember, that was the focaccia bread.
Proof and bake are 2 different functions.
The bolognese is still working. Bolognese
looks delicious. Yes, we can take a look. Let's look at the bolognese. Oh, look at the bolognese.
Think about
so
that.
remember, I built this up by starting with the sauce with the sear and saute. I added the gnocchi. I added the tomato sauce. I think this is ready. So this is something that we did in just 30 minutes. But of course, if you wanted to do some of your slow cooked sauces, of course you could cook this longer. I think I forgot to add the wine. Suzanne, I forgot to add the wine.
Oh, shame on you.
I know.
Well, I bet it's gonna be horrible without it. It looks so good. I don't think you needed the wine, I'll be honest with you.
No, I love it though.
And she did this from absolute scratch.
From scratch. And so I love that I'm able to sear and saute and then slow cook if I wanted to slow cook. Or I could keep it on sear and saute like we've done now and have just, made the bolognese from the sear and saute, and basically use it as a cooking pot. So, you could take this to the tailgate. You could take this, with you and camping in your RV. Yeah. I love that the possibilities are endless. And it also proofs and bakes.
Oh, wow.
And, isn't it delicious? Yeah.
You know what? Even without, I gotta tell you, even without the wine, the colors are magically saturated on your tongue. It's like my taste buds are having a dance party in my mouth. They're like in there just going, it is so good. And there's just something about cooking this way that has an authentic, real flavor to it. As opposed to, I'm gonna throw it in the microwave and heat something up.
Yeah.
And you notice how fast she did it. It was probably about 10 minutes from start to finish. it's done and ready to go. Now, put it on keep warm. If you're the kind of household where you got kids coming home at 6 o'clock and then other kids coming home at 7 o'clock to eat.
Exactly.
Hubby comes home or partner comes home at 8 o'clock. Somebody rolls in from football practice at 9 o'clock at night. You can put this on keep warm, and when they get home, can you imagine the smell in your kitchen?
It smells amazing.
It fills up the house. Their mouth starts watering the minute they hit the door, and you've got this amazing meal waiting for them without you having to be in the kitchen kind of worried about it the whole time. Just stick it, we can put it on keep warm.
Exactly.
And literally could sit there for hours.
Exactly.
And serve everybody exactly when they arrive.
Exactly. And I love that you have all these different functions, right? So I cooked this with the sear and saute function, in just about 15 minutes. But if I wanted to slow cook a sauce, I could. If I wanted to slow cook my chicken or my chili, I could. It is 30% faster cooking than your larger oven. So you could do a whole chicken in here. You could do your pork roast in here. We did pulled pork in here. So there's so many possibilities. The possibilities really are endless, I think, with the Possible Cooker. It replaces 14 different appliances.
If you want to do
it's
ribs,
a true 8-in-1. Ribs.
Just do barbecue ribs.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I want to show you this too. This is delicious. This is a recipe that's included. It's a buffalo chicken mac and cheese, out of this world. And notice too, I mean, this is really feeding a crowd. You're ready to cook for a whole bunch of people if you're going to use that recipe. In here, look at this. We did this beautiful roast beef. So you've got the shredded beef in here. We've got all the veggies. That is a classic that just is so soul satisfying. I love that. All right, the one we see here, this one, oh, there it is. Look at this. We actually sauteed this one. And that's how we were beginning to do the roast beef, but look how yummy that's coming along. And then here, we did an entire chili night right here. You got the gang coming over for the football. You maybe say, oh, you know what? I've got people coming for the holidays. And on Saturday, instead of me being in the kitchen all day long, I want to enjoy my company. So I'm going to pre-make this, heat it up, then keep it warm and serve. And they can have their own little taco bar. They could have their own little chili bar, and makes your life a whole lot easier. Now, let me give you a quick little update of where we stand with color. The Merlot, you guys are absolutely loving the Merlot. It is outselling by far the other colors, and it is really beautiful. I think it just says fall and holiday. I think it's very rich and very elegant, and gorgeous. Remember, we got this beautiful tempered glass lid, just exquisite. This can go into the oven up to 500 degrees. So that's why it replaces so many different appliances in your kitchen. This is the stone, which is a lighter gray. These are all exclusive to HSN here on the top row. The second most popular is the charcoal, which is just beautiful. It's lighter than dark black, and so I think it's very rich looking because of that. Then down below, we have the classic white. If you're gonna give this as a gift idea, the white's always easy. It matches every kitchen. And then finally, this is sea salt gray. It is a gray with just a little tinge of blue. $149 if you're shopping Ninja right now. They do not include the roasting steaming rack, and they do not include the meat shredders. That's another $35 value we've added. And so if you just bought it without the extra goodies at 119 some change, we're good. That's pretty good, right? But now we add the extra goodies that no one else is gonna have. And please remember, this is the only time that we're doing this for the entire holiday season. So when the company comes, or you have friends coming over, or you just wanna cook up a beautiful, hearty, delicious meal at home every single night, this is the time to get it, because we will not offer this again. And everybody sort of panics, Rochelle.
Yeah.
When they get towards the holidays, they start thinking about cooking for people. And then they're like, oh no, but I don't have the right tools to do it.
And now you do. Now you do. Yeah. And this is something I think you're going to use all season long, even as we go into the new year, when you're wanting to make your soups, when it gets cooler outside. There's so many different things you can do with it. But what I've got for you here now is a butternut squash and bacon risotto.
A risotto.
And this is a recipe that we have on ninjakitchen.com. And with risottos, how finicky they can be. You have to babysit it. You've got to be on the stove, kind of watching it and adding the, adding the liquid as it cooks. Now we're able to do it all in our Possible Cooker, all in one pot. We're able to do such a large capacity, enough to feed, 20 or 30, or maybe just do your meal prep for the week. I'm gonna put a little bit of Parmesan on here. And would you like a bowl? This is so
no, I'm waiting on the next one.
Oh, all right.
I'm trying to save a little space in my belly.
I can understand. I can understand.
We're doing chicken.
And I did just give you dessert.
You did, yes. But I'm waiting on the chicken next.
Absolutely. But look at how wonderful this risotto came out.
Oh
Imagine what you would pay at a restaurant for this, for the butternut squash and bacon risotto. Look at how delicious that looks.
And, you know,
And it
most people,
smells amazing too.
Michelle, most people won't even try risotto to try to cook it because
Yeah.
it is so finicky. Now, I think what this does, it allows you to try a whole bunch of different cooking styles.
Exactly.
Without having to invest in that one pot or that one pan. And so now you can give it a shot. Try a new recipe you've never tried before. I think this will make you a more adventurous cooker.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we give you all the recipes. It does come with a book. We've got a wonderful recipe book that it comes with. We also have a lot of recipes on ninjakitchen.com. This is one of them. You know, a lot of the things that we're cooking today, you can also find on ninjakitchen.com. But look at also how non-stick it is at the bottom. Have you ever made rice and had it really just clunk onto the bottom of a pot? You can see how non-stick this is and that non-stick capacity. Plus it is dishwasher safe. And I showed you how the spoon rests on the lid. I also like to just rest it on the side. So I like that it has this little kind of a notch there that it comes with, and it comes with its own serving utensil.
Okay, well, I'm staring at this. I thought gumbo.
Gumbo would
Unbelievable
be amazing.
gumbo. Wait,
yes.
I got another one for you.
Okay, tell me.
Lobster. Because remember, it can
Yes,
steam.
absolutely.
Or a lobster boil, like a
That would be very
seafood
good.
boil.
Seafood
with
boil would be
clams,
great.
Lobster, corn, put it all inside
I'm coming
there.
over to your house.
Oh, I mean, I literally, it's funny because I'm
That
sitting
sounds
here and I'm
delicious.
thinking, oh, and then for breakfast you could make a frittata inside here.
Absolutely.
Like, you have to think about this. It's not, I think a lot of people look at it and go, oh, it's just another slow cooker. It's not. It truly is genuinely a multi-purpose item to have in your house.
Absolutely.
And if you're short on space, it's perfect. If your space is completely crammed with a whole bunch of appliances you never use because you don't even know where they are, it's perfect for that. And also, I want to pop up what it replaces because this is staggering. If you think of all the things you could cook with this list is going to help you. Slow cooker, yeah, we got that. That makes sense, right? But how about a steam oven, a food warmer, non-stick pot? It's a great non-stick pot. 8.5 quarts, it can go in the oven, which is amazing. A saute pan, a cast iron skillet. You know how high heat you need to be a cast iron skillet and for that to work well? It's going to replace that. A saucier for doing beautiful sauces. A steamer for all your seafood, or if you're going to steam, I love it, we did deviled eggs. So hey, if you want to make a whole bunch of hard-boiled eggs, you can, really easy. A saucepan, a stock pot, a Dutch oven, which you said yours is big, bulky, and awkward.
Yes.
You don't use it much. Well, now you can do it in here. The roasting pan, yes, tons of great roasting. The bread maker, and yes, you get the spoon, but it also, and I said this before, is a sous vide.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to try one of the most delicious ways to cook your meats is kind of, you cook your meat and then you finish it off on the grill or on the stovetop. Sous videing is it. It is an unbelievably delicious way to make meat and other things, by the way, but this is actually gonna do it. And again, we've sold sous vides by themselves here on HSN years ago, and what happens is you buy it, you maybe used it once or twice and then never touched it again. You're like, it's too much of a pain, or, oh, I've heard of sous vide, but I don't wanna have to buy an appliance to do it. It does it.
It does it. It does it. So it does make you a little bit more adventurous in the kitchen, but even for like all of the fall things, you know, it's sweater season, it's cozy food season, it's soup season. So we have here some chicken and dumplings or chicken and biscuits. So we've made a whole, you know, 8.5 quart pot of chicken and dumplings. And so imagine doing your food prep on a Sunday night. The whole house smells wonderful. You can't wait to have dinner. And then you have it, for, you know, for your lunches or your dinners, you know, for the rest of the week too. But look at how beautifully this is all cooked. And again, we have that sear saute feature so you can brown the meat. You can cook your meats in here, you know, and build up those sauces. Or you can just throw everything in and use that slow cook function, like, you know, like so many of us do. But it also bakes, it also proofs. And the reason we wanted to show you, you know, the chicken and dumplings and the risotto is because I think a lot of people think of their, you know, slow cooker just for soups and chili. There's so much more. The possibilities are really endless, I think, with the possible cooker. What do you think?
No, well, first off, this is
delicious.
My soul is happy.
Yeah.
It is. It's just so hearty and it's so delicious. And it tastes like it's been cooking forever and ever, and it doesn't have to be. Here's another thing. Because of the unique heating system, this cooks up to 30% faster than a convection or a traditional oven. Like a regular oven. 30% faster. So it's cooking faster and smarter, but you're getting that really rich, hearty, delicious taste like it's been sitting on the stovetop forever. Or you've had it roasting in the oven forever and you're like, oh, it's fall off the bone. This is gonna do it for you, and it's gonna do it quicker because of the way it's designed. It really is, and I apologize if it seems like it does a lot of things, it does. And we're trying to make it really clear so that you realize you don't need a million appliances. You just need to get this. And by the way, the recipe is
There
great.
we go.
And
Absolutely.
even online, there are tons and tons. It's on Ninja TV, right?
NinjaKitchen.com. NinjaKitchen.com. But you're gonna get this recipe book with it when you get it at home. But it has so many amazing recipes in here, you know, and it shows you about that triple fusion heat, all the different cooking functions, all 8 of the cooking functions here. But here's that mac and cheese that we did, or no, actually this is the butternut squash and bacon risotto. That recipe is included. The mac and cheese I showed you earlier is included in here. So, and then it also has some cooking charts. So if you just want to take one of your old traditional recipes and then convert it for the slow cooker, you can do that as well. So I love that we include the recipe book in there, but you can also go to ninjakitchen.com for some wonderful recipe inspiration.
I could sit all day on top of this chicken and biscuits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm that way with the risotto. I can see that risotto right now, and I love Italian
really
food,
good.
so it's really good, especially with that fall twist with the butternut squash. So what we've done here is we've done a Thai chicken curry, and so it smells amazing as well. So again, you don't have to just use it, you know, for your chilies and your mac and cheese. You can use it for curry. You can use it for any of your soups. I'm gonna get the
So we
rice
could
up
have
here.
made the rice in there first too, right?
You could, absolutely, absolutely. But this smells amazing. And if you're trying to, you know, watch your diet, watch your salt intake, or, you know, maybe just save some money from not eating out as much, imagine making this at home. I mean, this would probably be $18, $20 to get this at a Thai restaurant. And look at how beautiful that looks, and look at how delicious that looks. And again, we were able to do that with the Possible Cooker because it has that triple fusion heat. It does cook from the bottom, the sides, and with steam. We also have the, you know, that keep warm function. So if everybody's coming home at a different time, of course they can serve themselves, you know, when they get home.
Wait, Rochelle, let's do this. Can
Sure.
we show the front again, guys? 'Cause
Absolutely.
I want you to make sure
Yeah.
to see how easy this is. 'Cause
Absolutely.
We're doing a lot.
Let
but
me
it's very
go
simple.
through the front so you can see. So here's all the different functions here. So you have slow cook, you have sear and saute, you have steam, you have keep warm, you also have sous vide, you also have bake and proof. So there's so many different things that you can do with it. I love that you can cook in it and then put it on that keep warm if you are doing a big batch of something for a party. But really the possibilities are endless. It is a true 8-in-1. And can your slow cooker at home, if you have one, can it sear and saute? Most can't. And so that's why I love the Possible Cooker. It's also oven safe up to 500 degrees. So I'm just gonna lift this pot out so you can see. The pot does come out. It is light enough, even though it's full of chicken curry, I can still lift it up. It's beeping at me, and if you look at the front, it probably says add pot. So we have all those little safety features, you know, included in there. Yeah, it says add pot. I'm gonna add the pot, there we go.
That's great. And then also you can adjust time, you can adjust temperature.
Absolutely.
So if
So
you want to
you can
adjust
go up
something
and down with time
specifically
and
to what you
temperature.
would like to do, you've got a lot of versatility. But if you want to set it and forget it, it's easy. I mean,
Absolutely.
There's even, and you know, a little, you can tell I'm a little bit obsessed with sous vide. There's actually a sous vide mark inside here that tells you how much water you need to put in here. And everybody we were talking about, like, oh my gosh, that makes sous videing so much easier.
It does, it does. And so I love that the possibilities are endless. Of course, you're gonna love this during the fall season, during soup season, you know, sweater season, it's cooling off. I'm so excited, we're finally gonna get our first cold front here in Florida, I think on Friday. So it's when you want those cozy foods, when you wanna put everything in, you know, and kind of set it and forget it and, you know, have this wonderful meal for you, you know, at the end of the day. But there's so much that you can do with it. It's portable, you can take it to your church group, you can take it, you know, with you in the RV. You're gonna really love cooking with it, you know, all holiday season, all fall season. And I think we've got one more dessert here. I'm gonna walk over and show you. We've got another bread pudding, and this is the one everybody, you know, before the show was like, it smells like fall. And I think this is what made it smell like fall. So this is with the baking function we did with our, you know, with some leftover bread here, some raisins. Of course, you could add a little rum in here too, a little bourbon, you know, sauce, which would be good. But it does bake as well, so you can bake in it. You can proof your, you know, your doughs in it if you're doing your sourdoughs or, you know, your focaccias for the fall. I'm gonna put a little drizzle, add a scoop of ice cream, and imagine how much this would cost you if you were to go to a restaurant right now, you know, especially for the fall season. But I love that it does so much, and I love that you can also bake. And again, it's able to do that because of that triple fusion heat. It's heating from the bottom, but it's also heating from the sides, and it's also heating through steam. So,
okay, Rochelle, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell them colors, and I'm gonna have you go through basically everything
all
you've
the things
made
that we
if you
made.
can. You ready?
Sure, yeah.
So here we go. Now the Merlot and the charcoal. These three are all exclusive. They're neck and neck. You guys love these two colors. Great choice. Here's the stone, we have the white, and we have what's called the sea salt gray, which is gray with a little bit of blue in it. Please remember you're getting an additional $35 in tools that are not included regularly when you spend $149. It is a one-day offer, which is great. You've got time to pick it up right now, and I love midnight because we have all the colors. All right, Rochelle, tell us everything you made tonight.
So here's all the different things we made in the just in the first half hour. So we did a pork roast. We did some macaroni and cheese. This is a wonderful buffalo chicken macaroni and cheese that we have on ninjakitchen.com and also in the cookbook. We also steamed our eggs, so you could do your boiled eggs with that steam function or even boil them if you wanted to as well to do your deviled eggs. We did some chili. It will make chili enough to feed up to 20 people. We did our Sunday pot roast here with the carrots and the onions and the potatoes. So if you want to do your Sunday pot roast, you can do that as well. We've got our soup here. We've got our breads because it will also bake and proof your doughs. We did wonderful pulled pork sliders. It will do pulled pork for up to 30 people. And then we also have our wonderful bolognese here. So you saw me, if you were tuned in a little bit earlier, I built up the bolognese from scratch live on air, starting with that saute function. So we seared and sauteed the onions, the carrots, the meat, and then built up that sauce from scratch. It will also sous vide. And then what we did is we came over here and we did a little bit more desserts. And so this is my fall table. This to me is what really smells like fall. We baked a bread pudding. It's got the wonderful raisins and cinnamon in there. We also did our curry and our chicken soup here. So many different possibilities. All the possibilities are endless with the Possible Cooker.
I gotta say it for now. Thank you guys so much.